Welcome, everybody, or welcome back, everybody, to the Pair of Kings podcast. I'm your host, Saul Thompson. You can find me on Instagram at Saul Thompson. I'm joined this week not only by my wonderful co-host.
I'm Saul Thompson. You can find me on Instagram at Saul Thompson.
And we are joined this week by a very special guest, the first guest of season 10. It is none other than Charlie. You can find them on Instagram at Divine Providence with 2 E's.
In the divine, not in
the divine. In the divine, not the
Providence. It's Divini Providence, not Divine Providency. Hi,
it's like a person's name, Divine E Providence. Yeah.
Divine E Providence. Ah.
Is that your alter ego?
Yeah.
Nice.
Actually, Charlie is kind of my alter ego because that's not my legal name.
Right.
And when I first made my Instagram when I was, 12, I made it honey.lemonade. No reason, really.
That's actually a pretty
That's not bad.
Yeah.
But
wait, you're embarrassed by this?
A little bit, yeah. I mean,
Really?
It's not as cool. Divine Providence actually originally was real Paul Giamatti.
That's really good. That's really good. Fuck. So since moving to New York, I've fallen slightly into like I need a kind of cool Instagram handle that's not my name. But I got enhanced chemical weathering, which is
that's
great.
a good one.
It's also what I researched.
That is a good one.
So I don't know if anybody wants to follow an account that has nothing on it and I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. It's enhanced chemical weathering.
The shitpost account.
Yeah.
Did you always have Smithstagram?
Yeah. No, I've been underscore Smithstagram from the start because there's always been. No, wait, no. No, I was something else
Since
for
the beginning of time.
No, maybe I don't remember actually. I think I was, but I got an Instagram in like 2013, I think. So a lot of the good names were already taken. Shame. There is a Smithstagram. He's like some real estate guy in Los Angeles.
Yeah, do you guys ever look up people who have the same name as you and just see what they're up to?
Well, I have Saul Thompson.
Michael Smith.
Oh.
Well, that's a little hard for you, yeah.
There was this Irish kid also named Saul Thompson on Instagram, and I guess I'm now remembering it, but every couple of years I'd message him like, it's time to settle this. There can only be one. And he'll sort of match the energy. I can look if we're really interested, but it's like, no, like in Irish shorthand slang, which I'm not going to do, but is like, yeah, pull up and like see what's what. And so we just go back and forth. And then I'm like, oh, by the way, like I actually have the handle, get fucked. And then he gets mad and then I won't talk to him for another 1.5, 2 years.
Tight.
Yeah.
I hope you guys can meet someday.
Yeah, right? I feel like he'd be kind of cool. I'd get a drink with him. That'd be cool.
It was like the Brian fight or whatever.
Yeah.
That one with all the like, was it Brian or I think it was
Something like that. I know what you're talking
that
about.
whole Reddit thing. Bring that back.
That was epic.
Anyways. Hi, Charlie. How
Welcome
are
to
you?
the podcast,
Hi,
Charlie.
Welcome to the podcast. I guess we should probably start off officially. We're going to do a fit check.
I did not know this was part of it.
Oh, really? I thought you listened to an episode.
I did, but I forgot.
But you skipped?
It was, no, I woke up this morning and I was like, I'm going to be comfortable.
Stop. So do you want to start us off?
You look better than me. These are the clothes I went out in last night and was so cold I slept in my clothes and then got up and then left for the podcast.
God.
So I'm wearing long underwear because it's cold.
You've had the same pair of long underwear on for 24 hours?
I have underwear underneath the long underwear. That was changed.
Oh, so you wait. Okay, never mind.
I'm double layered. I have short underwear and long underwear.
It's just the fact that you changed but still put on the same clothes.
Well, I slept in the clothes and then I woke up and I was like, this feels a little gross. Let me swap out the underwear.
Anyways, go on.
So, long underwear. I have a pair of jeans from the Strike Gold. I have a vintage shirt from, what is this, Merrill Lynch?
We run into Saul Classic today.
Merrill Lynch.
All right.
And then a very sort of moth-eaten sweater from Paul Stewart that I've told this story a million times. My grandfather was like, I'm going to throw this away. And I was like, don't you dare. It's great. So now it's mine. Oh, and then my old Red Sox hat, which is, I saw a photo of it the other day from freshman year of college. It was so much more blue.
It was blue originally?
Yeah, this was a blue hat.
Oh. In my head, it was black.
No. This thing, I mean, the Red Sox colors are like a deep navy blue and a red. And you can sort of see it on like the inside of the hat.
Oh, yeah, damn.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, this thing is gray now. But
Right.
I love this hat. Oh, as my headphones fall off. Michael, you want to?
Yeah. I'm wearing Capital Oak Elbow jeans, a Balenciaga shirt that says Los Angeles on it, and a Freddy Krueger looking sweater. And I was wearing the big old 5-layered coat thing that weighs 100 pounds.
Because it's currently snowing.
Is it?
Yeah, it started snowing on the walk over here.
It was actually still too hot to wear that coat. At least with this, like it's too hot to wear that coat over a sweater. I think I need to switch to t-shirt. Anyways.
I'm wearing, I think these are handmade. I got these secondhand jeans and an extra, extra large Brooks Brothers shirt that's tied up and just a Uniqlo rib tank top.
These are made out of like a bunch of different pairs of jeans.
Yeah.
And like sewn into some weird sort of like balloony looking.
Yeah, they're
jeans.
Super cropped and like really wide leg, distressed. They're pretty cool.
I really like these.
Are they reconstructed by somebody new from things that you thrifted, or did you thrift them in the current state that they are in?
I found them like this.
Okay.
I'm not sure who made them.
Nice.
I feel like a lot of, I mean, I guess not, because part of your, and for those who don't know Charlie, you should go look at their Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You sort of dress a million different ways, which I think is what is so interesting, what we want to talk to you about. You sort of do a lot of different takes on a lot of different things. And I think one of my favorite is the like sort of weird takes on classic menswear, like big old raw jeans and like, yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I love like wearing like my shirts backwards. Like this is a shirt that like I will wear buttoned up, but like backwards. So that has like a high collar and stuff. But yeah, I like think that's because I didn't really know the rules of menswear because I didn't have the r/MFA phase where you learn like, oh, like never wear, black and navy together. And like, your jacket should be this amount long. So I just didn't know what the rules were and then kind of started bending them.
Do you think if you violate, like if you wear black with navy, there's a SWAT team, but of dudes in like Harris tweed?
I wish. That's the one rule I'm sticking to.
Really?
I sort of don't believe in navy.
Okay, that's an interesting take.
Not spiritually I believe in navy, but emotionally I don't think I believe in it, Like
you think it's an ugly color?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't think it's an ugly color. I just don't ever, like anytime I see a navy garment, I have so little, that's the one color I just never want to wear ever.
I can understand that. Yeah. It's like, they say blue is like an interesting color to humans because it like literally tickles your retinas. And I feel like navy does not have that. Like, it's like
worse blue.
Yeah. It's very drab.
Everything I wear is navy. So fuck you both.
You're doing great.
It is interesting for you to say that coming from like raw denim.
That's probably part of it.
Okay.
Is like, I just can't go back to that. Like,
didn't you
indigo.
bring your raw denim back from Arizona?
No.
Did you bring the chainmail?
I'm getting that mailed.
Okay.
I'm chainmailed.
It fits in a flat rate box. It'll be. I get it. So I get it. You have the raw denim cheat code.
Yes.
Which is that like it's so embarrassing to me personally to be wearing brand new raw denim. Sorry.
It's fine.
Just like every time if I wear like brand new jeans, I'm like, damn, people think I'm new to this. But you get your partner's raw denim.
Yeah.
After the fact.
My partner has 3 pairs of APC Petite Standards that he's worn for like 10 years while he was working construction and manual labor jobs. So they are the most beautifully faded, busted jeans ever. And I get to have that stolen valor and take credit for them when I wear them.
You mentioned MFA. You are kind of now part of the like MFA and like r/male fashion, but sort of in a like pushing it a little out of that comfort zone, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I don't use Reddit anymore. Like ever since the API changes, I deleted my account. But that's where I came from with fashion, basically. Like that's kind of how I got interested in fashion was just like going on different subreddits and like seeing other people's style. And then now, yeah, like when I started dressing more mask, I went on MFA and there's a Discord for it now. And yeah, they had a fit battle. I won.
Hell yeah.
But for the most part, it's very trad styling, and like to encourage them to be a little different. You know, maybe not wear navy blazer, Oxford cloth button down, chinos every day.
What made you start posting in like the like male sort of the like male fashion advice spaces? Like I don't know where that like.
I realized that everyone I know, like even people who dress in a very avant-garde way now, like you, Michael, had the MFA phase. And I felt like it was like a really integral part of like your fashion journey to go through learning all these nerdy rules to be able to break them. So I wanted to kind of learn more about it. And I also just like think the history of fashion is interesting, and like men's fashion is so like intertwined with that I wanted to learn more about it.
You've kind of been breaking the rules from the start though.
Yeah.
This is kind of a tired question, but like where do you get your like inspiration for a lot of this?
My two biggest sources of inspiration are Star Wars and Fruits Magazine.
You can probably see
Yeah, I don't know if it's in frame, but
the Amidala.
And there's a Sebulba cup next to it too.
Oh, that's wow. That's a classic.
That's my heirloom. That's what my children will get.
And the drive jacket.
is that what they're
Yeah.
going to be fighting over?
I
You know
hope
what
so.
mean?
Yeah.
There's
There-
the executor of the will.
There's like a set of these. There's like a Boss Nass one. There's a Watto one.
Anakin, I think.
Yeah.
There's like the whole
Anakin.
pod race.
So I want to collect all of them. But yeah, Star Wars, actually amazing fashion. And like, because I'm Japanese, like they drew so much from Japanese fashion with it. Obviously, like, you know, Darth Vader, there's a lot of like samurai influences. But it's futuristic. So I always thought that was really cool.
You made this Amidala thing, right?
Yeah, I did.
That's crazy.
So you make a lot of the things that you wear have in here, which is pretty incredible. But for, I guess, like bigger things, and again, we'll either put a photo or something. There's a 5 foot tall drive jacket sitting back there, which is so funny. And it's so ridiculous. And I want to just make, it'd be like funny if we were to like smash cut and like Michael's just in it right now. I think that'd be too tough to pull off, honestly.
You can't sit in that thing, can you?
You could try. I don't think so. It's huge. Like for like an audio description, it's like, yeah, like a 5 foot tall giant jacket made out of cardboard covered in fabric, and your face sticks out of the middle of it.
So first of all, why a 5 foot tall drive jacket? Where did that come from? And then secondly, where do you find the space and the time and the material? Like, walk me through, and I'm just using the drive jacket as an example because it's a 5 foot tall drive jacket, you know, easy to point at. However, yeah, where
Let's
do you
address the 5 foot tall drive jacket in the room.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just thought it would be funny. It was my Halloween costume. Like, you know, there's definitely like associations with the type of guy that wears a drive jacket. So I thought it would be funny to actually be the jacket. And then when I was taking pictures of myself in it in my backyard, like all the neighbors started coming out on their balconies and laughing at me.
That's amazing.
But I mean, the short answer is I was unemployed last year. So I had a lot of time on my hands, and now I'm a student, so I still kind of have a lot of time.
Hey guys, I'm looking for a Halloween costume that's still FA. Can you help me?
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's just like a picture of like 100 guys and a dog in the drive outfit.
So at the moment, what are you studying? And does that contribute at all to the way that you dress? Because you had a series on your Instagram where you were dressing, was it for finals?
Yeah,
Sort of in theme?
I'm currently studying art at the Cooper Union in New York City. It's interdisciplinary, so I don't like specifically focus on one type of art. And for finals week, I dressed to match all of the presentations I was giving. So I had like, you know, a paper on Chaucer. So I wore chainmail and a pauldron and looked like a knight. And then I had one that was kind of based on 80s body horror Cronenberg. So I was wearing like an 80s power suit and had a perm.
Did you actually perm your hair? Or was that
No,
a wig?
it's a wig.
Okay,
I'm wearing a wig right now. Like I'm almost always wearing a wig.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I guess I just always thought you had a lot of different haircuts or something. Like,
No, that's the funny
Good
thing is my
wigs.
classmates will be like, "Oh, you got a haircut," and I'm like, "You saw me yesterday. You think I got a haircut that my hair longer?" Like,
you got a hair
They
long.
added it. You went to like the Grand Theft Auto barber. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I wish that existed. Yeah, I'm almost always wearing a wig.
You woke up this morning and put on a wig like first thing.
Yeah, well, right now my hair is really short and I'm growing it out, so there's basically no way to style it to make it look good.
I'm at the fuzzy wuzzy
Yeah.
phase.
Yeah.
It's really tough. I wake up every morning with like a fuck ass mohawk that looks terrible and 2 cowlicks that are like owl ears. It's catastrophic.
The Sid from Toy Story.
Yep.
Kinda,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had no idea.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize probably how many people you interact with every day that are wearing wigs.
Do you wear wigs? That didn't land. Anyway,
What is that from?
it's an Elijah Wood interview, I think from Lord of the Rings. Some like Norwegian.
Yeah, it's from the special features, which we're all familiar.
That
with.
silence was
Yeah.
crushing.
Which I also have the Lord of the Rings sword.
Oh, yeah.
hanging up in my apartment.
A lot of stuff here.
Yeah, I thought that would be a better joke.
Oh, that's gonna haunt you forever.
No, I'm gonna be really sad about that. Anyway, so Charlie, I should tell a story. 2 years ago, I was in the East Village, excuse me, and I saw somebody in a Tintin sweater, and I love Tintin. I grew up reading them. I was like, I have to know where this person got this Tintin sweater, and I walked up and I asked, and bear with me. The person was like, I got it on Etsy. Super cool. And I was like, great. And then I was looking for a Tintin sweater on Etsy for like a year and a half. I couldn't find anything that cool. And then I met Charlie independently at a party at Michael's. And I was like, oh, cool. And since then we've seen each other a couple more times. And then I saw you either on Instagram in a story or in person wearing the exact same Tintin sweater. And I don't think they're common enough to where you would have also had the same one. So I think I met Charlie independently in the East Village outside of a knitting store 2 years ago. I was like, this person's fucking cool. And now we're sitting here on the podcast, which is kind of crazy, but really small world.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Oh.
we had talked about this before. I think, I'm pretty sure.
Huh.
The funny thing is so many people have asked me like where to get that Tintin sweater or like how to find it. And one of my friends, Johnny, who runs Watching New York, another Instagram account.
We had him on the podcast.
Oh, did you actually?
He's wonderful.
Yeah, he's amazing. He was looking for it everywhere and he couldn't find it, like gave up a few months ago. And then for Christmas, his wife surprised him with it. I don't know where she got it, but yeah.
It's really sweet.
This is the one you need to repair, right?
It has a hole in it and I'm so scared to send it out to someone.
Did you watch? This like came to my mind a couple weeks ago for some reason. Did you watch that weird half live action Tintin movie?
The enemy?
Oh, the like Spielberg one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was so obsessed with making really unsettling sort
Yeah.
of 3D anime. Like Polar Express was really haunting.
Wait, it wasn't actually live action, right?
It looks like they kind of like avatared it. I don't know if this is true, but where it's like
the
kind
mocap
of
suits?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
something, and maybe it's just really uncanny, but something about it looks like almost real, but they kind of CGI'd everyone to look like clay.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I did watch that.
Was it good?
I mean, it's a really interesting form of animation that they never used again. But I don't know.
I had one Tintin book as a kid that I read like clearly out of order. Like I don't know. My only memory of Tintin is like one book that I read over and over again that I didn't know the like beginning or end of the story.
Well, you don't really need to read them chronologically. There's not like an overarching, I mean, kind of, but there's not like a central story. They're each sort of on their own contained story itself.
How many Tintin books are there?
Ooh, I want to say like 20 or 30. I mean, there's quite a few.
I have no idea. Yeah.
Damn.
I was obsessed with them though. The question I was getting at is you have a lot of really incredible vintage pieces of clothing. And I look at your Instagram and I'm like, fuck, like how do I get like that? And then I go and search. I can't find anything like it.
I go to thrift stores and I just like
We're not going to the
over.
same. We're not going to the same thrift stores. Is what I'm trying
We
to say.
probably are because I mean
You're just not looking right. I think.
Exactly.
yeah, I mean like in New York City, like the best ones in my opinion are Urban Jungle.
Let's
which
beep
is,
all of these.
Yeah.
I want this knowledge.
No, they already made a blog post about it.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Urban Jungle is huge. Everything there is like under $30. The Beacon's Closet specifically in Greenpoint, I find so much stuff there. And they have like designer stuff there all the time for really cheap. And Stella Dallas is like
Stella Dallas.
yeah, it's like mostly dead stock vintage. They have like 2 locations that are next door to each other. There's Stella Dallas 10-foot single, which is like vintage, mostly menswear, and then Stella Dallas Living is like women's antique gowns and things. It's
Where is
really
this?
incredible. It's on Grand Street in Williamsburg. By the
Wait, you've really never heard of 10-foot single?
No.
Oh.
you gotta go.
Stella Dallas 10-foot single is a crazy name for a vintage store.
And it's actually like from the name it sounds like it's like a Texas thing.
Yeah.
But it's like run by a Japanese family.
Sick.
So
Oh, that kind of tracks. I feel like there's a lot of like Japanese fashion brands that have kind of like confusing English words stuck together names. Foot the Coacher.
I don't even know that.
Oh,
one.
they were like a streetwear thing back in the like 4 pins era. I don't know.
So another question that I do have is when you're out thrifting, are you looking for certain things to fit an aesthetic, or is it if you find something, you'll make it work?
Yeah, if I just see something cool, then I buy it. I don't think about how it will go with anything else that I own at all. Most of the time, it probably doesn't go with anything. Because I have like so many different styles, like usually I figure I can work it out somehow, or like I can make something that will go with it. I just like feel bored if I try and like for a while I was like, oh, like I do kind of want to be that person who has a unique look, like, you know, when you see pieces you think of them, and you know, like kind of cartoon character-esque, having like that set look. But I just kind of got bored. I like being able to switch it up every day.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen you wear the same outfit twice.
In high school, I literally had a Google Doc where I would write down every outfit that I wore so I wouldn't be an outfit repeater.
What's the like statute of limitations? You know what I mean? Would you give it like 4
Never.
months?
Well,
Never.
especially if I post it on my Instagram, it's like I can never wear it
Never
again.
again. But what if it's like the coolest outfit you've ever worn and the right person didn't see it?
That's like the worst thing, you know, when you have like the fire outfit on and then you go out, like no one's out,
Yeah.
no one sees you, no one says anything. It's like, what am I doing?
That's why I sleep in the same clothes every
Yeah.
day. I'm just I'm hoping I catch somebody on a good day. My long underwear.
You go to school in your favorite outfit and your crush isn't there.
Well, we're both in school right now, so that's
I think my classmates think I dress weird though, like because
At the art school?
yeah, they actually, yeah. I feel like sometimes I walk in and they look at me and they're like, I don't know about that. Yeah.
okay. If somebody showed up to any one of my classes dressing the way that you dress, I'd be like, they fucking rock. That's fucking cool.
How do people dress like in your classes?
So I'm in a management program, so I'm not dunking on anybody, but it is a lot of
Go
like
on a dunk.
No, it's a lot of like business casual adjacent, a lot of stretch fit khakis. I not in a derogatory way, but it is very unremarkable and unoffensive to the fact where I don't clock what a lot of people are wearing unless it's like those pants are really tight. Maybe we size up one.
I feel like the new like tech guy outfit is like cuffed joggers and like stretchy, like Allbirds or Yeezys, and then like a t-shirt they got from their work that's just a little bit
That's
too
what
tight.
I was going to say is
This is
I have a
making
lot
me
of
really
classes with the
sad.
engineering school, and the engineer special is a free t-shirt that you
Yeah.
got somewhere.
It's all the
I work in an engineering lab and I took some engineering classes and I've had to switch seats because of smells.
Oh no.
That's not an exaggeration.
Oh no.
The kids are wonderful. They're very sweet, sometimes a little bit socially awkward, but there were a couple of kids in one of my engineering classes where if they came in, I would be like, please do not sit next to me because of the smell.
Oh my god.
And again, free t-shirt, that's great. If you're wearing it 5 days a week and that is not touching a washing machine, you have to go to the event again and get more t-shirts. I understand you like them. You have to cycle them and you have to wash your clothes.
They give you like hundreds of free shirts when you
Correct.
go to engineering school, though.
Correct.
Yeah.
And when you work in a tech company.
Yeah.
My job finally gave us the like mock neck zip up windbreaker
Oh, hell yeah.
with the
It's
company
legit
logo
now.
on it. Never wearing that ever.
Cut the sleeves off or something.
Yeah. Well, I just don't like, because every time I'm out in public and I see like some like tech guy wearing a shirt that clearly has like, you know, whatever like missing vowels company he works for on, I Google it because I want to know what like evil shit he probably does for a living. And I don't want people to see me and be like, oh, I know where that guy works.
That's fair. Yeah.
What if you do like a little Griffin studio, you laser cut the whole thing and then you wear it over something else?
Or I could just not wear it.
But I think it'd be funny if you did. So I think you should.
Okay. I don't know.
Being in school again is like, I'm 25. Being back in school with 18-year-olds is a very interesting experience, though. Like, they vape in class, like,
What?
surreptitiously. Like, yeah, they have it like in their sleeve.
Oh, are they
and then
ghosting
you,
it?
and then you like,
yeah, and then
you
they just
breathe
like,
into the
like,
shirt or
turn
whatever.
their head away, and breathe. And one of my professors actually was vaping. I mean, he's like 60 and was hitting the jewel. Yeah,
A jewel?
Yes,
Yo.
in class during lecture. It was crazy.
I
If I show up to class and my professor's hitting an elf bar, I might drop the class. Let's be real. I'm
God.
sorry.
No, I mean,
like-
I'm in the week right now where we're like, it's syllabus week, and
Yep.
I'm like looking at everything, and I'm like, it's so over. You know, I should just drop out now looking at these assignments. One of them, one of my classes actually, we're doing like mid-journey dollies.
Oh yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
as like
so-
a technique.
yeah, it's really because it's like the same class where I learn how to weld and like
What?
learn how to use like traditional techniques, and
Well,
we're learning.
they rolled
yeah.
mid-journey in with like TIG welding?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know how it'll be implemented yet,
Because
but
people want you to think that asking a computer to do Mario in the Soviet Union is art.
So does this have a very incredible, I call them the three word class names where it's like welding, mid-journey, and the human experience. You know what I mean?
yeah, I wish. No, it's just
Damn.
I have like some classes that sound extremely fake. Like this semester I have color, which sounds
That's it.
like, yeah, it's like, it sounds like, oh, I can't hang out today. Like,
I got color.
I got color
I got
homework.
blue due at midnight.
But I have that. Last semester I had 4D design, which also sounds fake.
What's the fourth
Where-
dimension?
where,
Smell?
like-
The fourth
smell?
dimension is time. So
Oh.
it's like time-based
Okay.
media.
Which
but
yeah.
I was gonna say if it is smell, I got some engineering students that can divert
Not
your way.
like 4D in the Spy Kids movie way where like
I
they like
wish.
splash you with water when the like
Oh, a Bug's Life.
4D chess, yeah, all that stuff.
tight. I think chess is 4D.
Yeah, it could be. Like
I guess
you could
you
do,
can't move up, but it moves in time. Anyways, sorry.
Some parts of art school are very stereotypical. Like this is so fake.
What is color?
Color is like color theory.
Oh, I
Okay.
love color
yeah,
theory.
it's actually a really interesting class, and I'm excited for it. Learning about association with color and like the science of color, things like that too.
Okay, so it sounds made up, but it's not.
Yeah, that's actually one of my more real classes.
What's your least real class?
This semester? Oh boy, I have one called Foundation Studio where we work on one project for the whole semester, and that's 75% of my grade.
That's like a thesis class.
Yeah,
What is the project? Do you,
I haven't decided yet.
A bigger drive jacket.
Yes, pants to go with the drive
Pants.
jacket. A big pair of pants.
What about a giant hammer?
actually that's
No, we have that.
Yeah.
We literally have that.
Oh shit.
So yeah, my partner and I went to Comic-Con this year, and I was the drive jacket, and we needed something for him to be dressed in, so we made him a giant hammer. We have it.
You guys are so cool.
Incredible.
God damn it. I really want to go back to Comic-Con now that I'm an adult and I'm not kind of insecure about it. So I was the scout from Team Fortress 2 one year, and then I was Finn from Adventure Time another year. I really want a crazy, like, whole 9 yards cosplay, but there's also the level of it's so good that you get trapped in the entrance hall taking photos for 6 hours. and I need to walk that line because I do want to be able to go around.
That's basically what happened to me, not only because people wanted to take my picture, but because it's really hard to walk around in the jacket because I don't have any peripheral vision. And it's huge. Like the sleeves stick out so far. Like I can't really go like around where the booths are because I can't turn around or anything.
How fast do you think you could run a 40 in the drive jacket?
Oh my God.
If we put you in the NFL combine in the drive jacket.
What's the, does the hammer have a lot of like?
The hammer is just, you have to be careful turning your head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that feels, the drive jacket is almost a costume where you need a handler.
Yes. No, that's basically Michael was my handler.
A hammer.
Yeah.
I'll leave. I'm struggling this morning.
You get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, also last time I saw you, it was Halloween and I had the driving crooner costume.
Oh, it's such a good costume.
Michael had driving crooner.
Michael was the driving. My partner is also named Michael, so it's kind of confusing. Yeah. He was the driving crooner. We made a car door out of foam and had the cigar and the hat on it. And then I was there's too much shit on me. Like I don't even want to be around anymore guy. And oh my God, funny story about that was so I left your party because one of our mutual friends broke up with their girlfriend that night, and so I went to go comfort them. But I was dressed as there's too much shit on me guy.
Didn't you also have like face paint on under the mask?
I also had skeleton face paint on under the mask, so I couldn't even take off the muscle suit to be more serious. So I was trying to comfort them and be like, it's okay, like, you know, you're gonna meet someone else. But I'm in this giant muscle suit and old man mask.
I had a similar experience. I don't know if you were there when I came down, but I went as Nux from Mad Max. So I was painted white with a silver face and scary makeup. And I took the train home. People were like moving away from me. And like, what is this guy going to do?
You had like silver all over your face. You look like you've been huffing paint.
Yeah. And like dark makeup. And I think my phone may have been dead. So I was just kind of sitting there like staring off into the nothing. And people were like scooting away. Somebody got on the train, saw me and ran to another car. And I was like, oh,
it was Halloween.
I feel like there's a line.
I guess.
Yeah, you see a dude painted white with bald head and like scary face paint. It looks like he's been huffing paint on the subway.
How long did you have the Larry David haircut for?
Ooh, 4 days.
4 days. Yeah. Wow.
Did you go to class in those days?
So one of my friends was trying to convince me to show up to class with a hat on, and then for one question, just pop the hat off and see the professor's reaction and stick it back on. I got home still intoxicated at 8 a.m. That day or that night. Or no, I guess I didn't have it for 4 days. I had it for 2. Because I got home, saw myself in the mirror and said, I need to do something about this. And shaved my head again while intoxicated at 8 a.m. and then fell asleep. And my entire bed was covered in like silver hair that had been chopped. And that took quite a while to get out of my bed.
Bring it back.
It was really funny, and I kind of want to do it again, but not. It just like it was so much hair that I then had to sacrifice for a bit, right? And then I had to start from scratch. And then I like the weirdest thing was when I shaved it, putting on this hat and feeling hat on bald head, but not hat on bald head on the sides, and taking it on and off was incredibly like tactile and grabby. I don't know if you've ever gone rock climbing, but it was like it was like that texture on my fingers, and I hated it. I hated it so much.
I've thought about shaving my head a lot, like mostly because I wear so many wigs. And the thing that people tell me is, yeah, like don't shave your head in the summer because like the sweat will just drip down into your eyes.
Yeah.
Also, don't do it in the winter because rain and snow on a fresh bald head is one really weird and feels quite like what is going on, but it's also really cold.
When you're bald, you can wear hats and not have to like think about what your hair is going to do.
I don't think about it already.
You get that privilege for a week and a half, and then you reach fuzzy wuzzy phase, and it just constantly looks like shit.
Just
like,
buzz your head once a week. That's what I did.
It's I don't know if it's still fucked. Do I have the mohawk?
No.
Oh,
No.
all right, great. It's not great.
If I wear a hat, I have to plan wearing a hat so that I can wash my hair pretty soon after.
Oh, really?
Otherwise, it like completely flattens this top bit, and then it's like super flat, and then curls.
Well, you have like a mane.
I do, yeah.
Like beautiful hair.
It just means a lot of I'm cold a lot of winters because I can't put on a hat or I'll ruin my hair for the rest of the week.
Skill issue.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Do you have a favorite wig?
I have one that's coming on Monday. Actually, that's like probably like butt length, like super
Horse
long
girl hair.
Yeah, like human hair. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. But this is the one I wear the most, just because.
Yeah, this is the one I think is your hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a fuck ass bob I can throw on? I wanted to say something funny as if the conversation hadn't broken.
But I don't remember what we were saying.
Yeah, so for audio listeners, go watch the video. For video listeners,
Hi.
So how do you feel?
I feel pretty. I feel beautiful. I like this hair on you.
What? I told you, what, 1940s starting pitcher for the Brooklyn Dodgers?
That joke is completely missing.
They were
me.
all Jews.
All right, fair enough.
I kind of like John C. Reilly swag.
You
know?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, you kind of have like
I look
you're
like
being like Christian Girl Autumn.
Ooh,
That's what I'm getting. Yeah.
you need some Uggs, Michael.
Yeah. I was thinking more. I feel like I'm in a hair metal band.
What would the hair metal band be called?
Pair of Kings. Do you like? How far in advance do you plan out your like? Does it take a long time for your like big crazy outfits to come together?
No, honestly, like at night, like I just like plan all my outfits out the night before, like when you're a kid and you like would lay
I
it at
still
the
do
foot
that.
of your bed. Yeah, that's basically what I still do. I just kind of like play around with things, and yeah, I don't really think about it that much. Usually, most of the time, it doesn't hit.
Well, you managed to pull off Pants' shirt, which is impressive.
Yeah, wait, what are you saying doesn't hit?
I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm very self-critical, but
Again, I don't think we brought this up. Charlie was just voted best dressed in New York.
On the Watching New York.
Watching New York.
And the best dressed in Reddit/MFA.
So if you're self-critical, I don't think I should be on this podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, thank you. Yeah. I mean, I just
well
like
deserved,
clothes,
let me say.
I think.
Yeah. Do you have a certain era of fashion that you look towards, either for inspiration or that you look for when you're thrifting or shopping in general?
It varies. Like for a while, I was really into the 80s, and I still do like a lot of 80s suiting. It was like really playful, huge shoulders, like big lapels, fat ties. But for fashion history, I love the 1890s. It was like when you had like huge puffy sleeves and like really tiny snatched waist and like long skirts and like high boots and bustles, I think should come back. That's my fashion opinion, is that Vivienne Westwood did some bustles, but I think they should come back.
What is a bustle?
A bustle is a pad that would go under your skirt in the back to make your butt, like, it doesn't look like a fake butt. It's like so exaggerated that it like just goes like way out. Yeah.
1890s would be like the era where like it takes like 2 hours and 3 people to like get you into your outfit kind of thing.
I think that's a little bit later than that.
Is it?
Yeah. 1890s, like there was still like you were wearing a corset, which I have, but it wasn't like, like 1700s where it's like you have to put your pockets on as a separate garment, which was a thing.
I took a history of fashion class in college. I don't think I've talked about this in the podcast, but one of the biggest evolutions towards not only like women's sovereignty and sharing of ideas, but also fashion in general was the introduction of public bathrooms for women in London. So women were basically confined to the house, and because clothing especially took so long to put on and then was so limiting in mobility in general, it made it quite hard for women to escape literally the house for more than an hour at a time, especially because there were no bathrooms. You were essentially constrained to how close you could be to your house so that you could run back and, use the bathroom. However, when public bathrooms started appearing, it created spaces for women, not only in like a communal space, they'd meet at the bathroom because it's what you had to do, but also it allowed them to have more freedom and autonomy outside of the home in order to explore a city. And really led to proliferation of like women sharing ideas and women sharing fashion. And yeah, I mean, weird, interesting tidbit, but I do think it is interesting that the public bathroom was so, revolutionary for women, especially.
And now I feel like it barely exists. I mean, especially in New York, like there are no public bathrooms.
Right.
You think those old bathrooms in London were gated by like 6 pence coffee or something, or a water?
Yeah, I mean, like for those of you who don't know, I was pregnant twice, and in New York when I was pregnant, I mean, when you're pregnant, you have to piss so much more than you can ever imagine because you have so much pressure like in your body, and places would not let me use the bathroom. And I was
Really?
Yeah, when I was like 9 months pregnant, I would go to Starbucks and be like, I need to use your bathroom like so bad, and they would just be like, no.
What?
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Also, actually, no, one time someone offered me their seat on the subway when I was pregnant, and that's the only time.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Do better, New York. What the
Damn,
fuck?
New York. What happened?
That kind of, I feel like I haven't seen a pregnant person in months.
There's like a weird thing that I see online about how people say that they've never seen an Asian person pregnant. I don't know. Have you seen this? This is like
No, I also just
What a
haven't seen a
weird
pregnant person,
stereotype.
period.
Like specifically?
yeah.
Huh. I feel like I don't, and it's probably because New York is not like a very like baby town or like pregnant people town. But like I feel like I don't see pregnant
Baby
people very
town.
often. Baby town. It's not baby town.
This area feels like baby town.
Yeah, this and like I go to Prospect Park area, and it's so beautiful, but every single person is like pushing a baby in a stroller,
Yep.
and I get scared.
Michael's like, I should get pregnant. I feel like I'm missing out.
I already pee so much. Like I pee like every like 30 minutes probably.
What?
I be pissing.
What?
I be pissing.
You might want to talk to a doctor. When I was in elementary school, I used to get really bored and just asked to go to the bathroom so I didn't have to sit in class.
I thought you were going to say you would get really bored and just pee.
No. So I'd hide a book in the bathroom and go read my book like 12 times a day. And it got to the point where my third grade teacher called my mom and was like, hi, like, I know this is an awkward call to get. I've just noticed Solomon is going to the bathroom quite a lot, and you might want to have a discussion with him to make sure that nothing is wrong. He may have, a UTI or something may be wrong. And so my mom,
He's just a fucking nerd.
No, I get home one day and my mom sits me down and she's like, are you feeling okay? And I'm like, yeah, like obviously, like, what's wrong with me? She's like, so your teacher called today. And I was like, oh, Miss Kaplan, like sick. Yeah, what's up with her? She's like, she told me something really interesting. Like, are you sure you're feeling all right? I was like, yeah, obviously. And she's like, okay, so we might have to go see a urologist. And I was like, all right, what's a urologist? Like, I'm in third grade. And she starts explaining to me. I'm like, oh no, I just go read my book. And she's like, okay, knock that shit off. Because like, now I'm going to have to call your teacher and explain this.
Was it like The Godfather? You had it like in a plastic bag in the tank?
I had it in a ceiling tile.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so
That's ingenious.
Yeah, so
third
I'd
grade?
climb up on a radiator and then onto a windowsill, and there was a ceiling tile that I could reach, and I'd move and get my book and then take it down. Because if I left it like on the toilet seat, first of all, I don't want other shitty hands touching my Percy Jackson book or whatever the fuck I was reading. Secondly, if it's just like out and about, it's gonna like, when you flush and the water goes everywhere.
I try not to think about that, but
Yeah.
yes.
So I just didn't want my book getting nasty and shitty, so it went into a ceiling tile.
In third grade.
In third grade.
How long were you reading?
20 minutes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And how many times a day?
Like 8 to 12.
I would be seriously concerned. Yeah.
200 minutes. You're gone for like
Most of the day.
2 to 3 hours. That's half of the day.
They gave me a lot of work that I finished really quickly. Sorry. So as a result of this, they're like, all right, clearly we need to be doing something different. So rather than going to the bathroom, I'd have to go and do extra hard math. And I was like, I fucked myself here. God damn it.
Damn.
Yeah.
When I was in elementary school, I mean, I've always kind of dressed weird because I I asked my dad to make me a velvet cape that I could wear, and I
That's
would wear it
sick.
with like my knee-high Converse. And I went to school. I went to school in Boulder, Colorado, so I did not get bullied.
That's yeah.
But yeah, basically and then when I was like 13 to like age 20, I wore heels every day.
That's scary.
You've probably got
Yeah.
incredible like ankle and calf strength.
I
Legitimately.
actually think it messed up my knees though.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a
So-
trade-off.
yeah.
But yeah, my parents were teachers, so I had to wake up really early in the morning. And I wanted to do like full hair, makeup, outfit, everything. So I would wake up so early, like 5 a.m. and I would watch the Colbert Report and the Daily Show and like do my makeup and hair and get ready for school.
What got you interested in fashion and dressing and makeup that early on? I feel like some people it happens a little bit later. I mean, makeup makes sense, but you know, wearing a velvet cape with knee-high Converse is not something that comes inherently to a lot of kids.
I've always been really interested in like movies, and I went to film school. But I think like that's why I started getting really interested is because like of costuming and like Halloween, just like seeing like more unconventional ways of dressing that weren't just like everyday fashion.
Sure. Do you have certain movies that you point to other than Star Wars, like you mentioned, but singular movies that you point to either for style inspiration or just like, wow, this was a formative movie for me?
Every time I watch The Devil Wears Prada, I feel like I dress better for a week. Although I skip past all the parts with her boyfriend and her friends because
Is that the 5-foot drive jacket? Yeah, it is.
exactly, yeah.
Wait, what's the part where they're like you just don't like the you just want to see her?
They're
and
evil. They want her to
Miranda?
quit her job. It's like she's wearing archival Chanel. Like
Wait,
it doesn't
wow,
matter.
Wait,
how.
you have this interpretation?
Yes.
You're on the side of.
Yeah, her
Yes.
boyfriend kind of fucking
Oh
sucks.
no, her boyfriend does suck.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend very much sucks in that movie, and it's sort of weird that like that's the like a happy ending, I guess. But also
Yeah.
like
She's with a fuck ass man in New York. That is the ending for many women in New York
Yeah,
City.
it's true. It's
Unfortunately,
over.
Hate to tell you that,
but like you think she should have Miranda, is that her name?
No, that's Meryl Streep.
Right, you think she should have stayed working
Yeah,
for?
I do think
Okay,
so. Yeah.
cool.
she was kind of abusive.
Oh, she was. Yeah.
So maybe she transitions to like another magazine. You know, there's like
Yeah.
like an L. Maybe she could have gone to instead of
True.
the Vogue.
Yeah. Runway is what they call it
Yeah.
in the movie.
And then wait, does Stanley Tucci get passed over again at the end of the movie?
Yeah, so that's like why Anne Hathaway leaves at the end is because she thinks that like Stanley Tucci getting fucked over is like the last straw. For
Okay,
her.
yeah. So stand in solidarity with your work husband, right?
Yeah,
like or
that's
your
true.
work wife.
Yeah.
That's the good ending.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the moral of the story. But also don't leave the fuck ass New York guy.
Leave the fuck ass New York guy.
Do you guys have fashion movies that you?
Do you guys have
Yeah.
fuck ass New York guys you're dating?
Yeah, each other. Like movies that inspire. I don't know if I do.
Really? So I love not the old, but the Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio, which I feel like is a very cliche movie.
That's so that production designer was like the reason I went to film school. Basically,
Yeah.
Catherine
shit.
Martin. She's married to Baz Luhrmann.
Oh, wait,
and
really?
So yeah, that's the tragedy is she only works on his films. Like, and I think she's like the most amazing production designer ever.
I
She
need a
won,
ride or die like
yeah.
that. That's crazy.
But she did, Great Gatsby, Moulin Rouge, Romeo and Juliet, and yeah, the costumes are amazing.
Blade Runner as well.
Oh,
yeah.
My dream like wardrobe is all the Blade Runner stuff. And I guess some of it is attainable. In the first movie, it's a lot of like vintage Western wear,
Yeah.
which is great. But in the way that it's kind of dirtied up and the environment around it really brings it out and makes it stand out by also making it blend in. Like if you look at Deckard's jackets and shirts, it's just a lot of like vintage Western stuff.
That's what I love about Blade Runner is that like it was one of the first sci-fi movies that thought about like how the future will actually just be like retrofitted things and not completely new
Yeah.
buildings and fashion. It's like, more realistic to what I think it will actually be like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. I mean, I also went to a school where it was perpetually raining. And so it like drove that urge. It's like, oh, I could do this. Like this could be my aesthetic, right? I get like a leather jacket. I don't kind of mind fucking up and just like stand out in the rain a little bit brooding, right?
Just
I
a
can't
little
commit to
bit
a full
brooding.
brood,
Yeah.
but Yeah.
Are you romanticizing your melancholic solitude again?
Always. I was on the Metro North the other day, just like out the window, like a little bit misty eyed.
You like rest your head on the window.
Yep.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yep. I was doing that, and then I get really scared because the passing trains were like this far away, and they come out of nowhere, and I jump a little bit, and it's like, I've ruined the moment. Like
you're like one of those guys who like would go to like the very first movie ever and like get scared by the train.
Oh my God, they shot the moon! Oh!
I think the main when I watch movies, the main like thing that I get out of it is that I want to start wearing suits again.
Should we get some like fuck ass like zoot suits?
Yo, well, I went and saw the Ferrari movie the other day.
How was it good?
It's really funny to see Adam Driver being Italian. Did you watch the trailer for it?
I saw that insane car crash. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, there's a trailer for it that has no words at all, just car sounds.
Oh yeah.
And I think they did that so you don't realize that Adam Driver is speaking with an Italian accent through the whole movie.
I was worried you were gonna say so that you don't realize it's a musical.
I was thinking that too. Yeah, they did the Wonka technique.
I didn't realize it was a musical.
It's crazy.
But something about the suits in that movie and like one specific guy who kept showing up, I was like, fuck, I want to give it all up and just be a suit guy. That's the main thing.
But would you be like a fucked up suit guy, like a Tom Brown suit guy, or would you be like back to the old days of like?
Yeah, no. I mean, the guy who was the suit the guy was wearing like was borderline Tom Brown, and it's like it wasn't as short, but it was like that kind of like very like structured. I don't know.
Another one of my fashion hot takes is that the older suits, like 70s and 80s especially, the suit jackets that are really long kind of look like shit.
With the really low button.
Yeah. And on a lot of guys, especially it's just the way that you're built, it makes you look really stubby, like your legs are really short. And I don't think that looks good in a suit. I think a good suit should make your legs look long and your shoulders broad.
Somewhere between like dye workwear and whatever you can buy at Express or like Suit Supply, there's a perfect suit.
Okay, people shit on Suit Supply. No, I think Suit Supply, if you have $300 and a need for a suit, they'll get you. I'm not even. Charlie's laughing because of dye workwear.
Dye workwear, and
air it out.
We have small beef.
Little beef.
Well, okay. He will block anyone that says anything negative about him on Twitter to the point where like I literally think he searches suit guy, because if it doesn't even mention his name or like his handle, he will block you. I think he's like an extreme name searcher in that. So he had me blocked on Twitter because I don't even know. I think it was something really innocuous that I said. And then he joined the MFA Discord that I'm in. And now sometimes we trade jabs.
Do you want me to make you like a custom work jack that you can just throw at him if you ever?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
A custom work jack?
Yeah, like a dye work. Yeah, like a soy jack.
I thought you were talking about a work jacket. I was like,
oh no.
You need like
a shriveled up version of his AVI. Like
The thing is that no one knows what he looks like because he won't. He's the ultimate talk shit post fit like counter.
Yeah, because he's never posted a fit. Ever.
No fits exist of him. Yeah.
No.
I feel like he must have like a face crop down or like emoji over the face. Really?
No.
Nope. Someone asked him and he said like people in his community know how he dressed. And I think he was referring to like 2008 like style forum posters or whatever. But like, no, he's always talking shit.
Never posting
fit.
I do talk a lot of shit, but I also post a lot of fit.
Oh yeah. I post a lot of fits and I don't talk all that much shit.
Yeah, you really don't talk shit.
I guess I talk shit, but I also dress
sarcastic.
like shit.
No, I know. I'm just surprised that like I wasn't sure if I was telling the truth when I said that, but I guess I probably don't really talk that much shit.
Do I talk shit about the way people dress?
Yeah.
I feel like I just get annoyed at people and not the way that they dress.
No, you talk a little bit of shit about the way people dress.
Okay.
I feel like most of the time I'm talking shit though, it's about like a brand. Like I go on Vogue runway every day. I go to the red carpet summary every day and like look at how people are dressed.
Every
and most
day? You wake up every day and start hating?
Basically, yeah. I wake up, I drink my haterade. So most of the time it's just directed at like anonymous stylist who I think did a bad job. Yeah.
You're always like posting, I think in like Discords, you post a lot of reviews of like various award show.
Yeah, every time there's an award show, I do like a red carpet roundup. Like not for anyone, just
out
you.
there,
I'm
just to put it out there.
interested.
Yeah, just like using Discord as your personal diary.
yeah.
Love
I'll
doing
die on
that.
this hill. I think we need more, or fashion journalists especially, need more license to just say this shit fucking sucks and be.
You can't do it anymore because you ruin your info.
I was gonna say and not get exiled because of it.
Yeah.
And even when they're trying to say this fucking sucks, you have to jump through a million hoops and it still sounds kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's just disappointing. I want people to be able to talk shit. I think the power to the journalists that aren't on TikTok, because they can call anything shit.
Do you think that like award show, like do you like or dislike more often, I guess, when it's like award show fashion? Do you think it's getting worse?
Ooh.
No, I don't know. It like really varies because what was the Golden Globes, I thought like there were maybe like 2 looks that I liked, but then the Emmys that just happened, I thought like there was like only a few that I thought were bad.
A lot of the
they were
men's
amazing.
looks were kind of not great.
In general, yeah, men's red carpet fashion is a total snooze. It's just like, you know, the most classic suit. Usually the pants don't even fit right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna
But,
say.
yeah.
It's a lot of like, it's either really boring or just badly fitting, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know why that is in particular?
I don't know. I think it's like, honestly, I think a lot of it is like sexism because like men are on the red carpet are not getting critiqued to the level that women are getting critiqued. Like if you look at a worst dress list, it's not going to be a man in a poorly fitting suit most of the time. It's like a woman in like a feather gown that looks like a Muppet or something like that. Just because it's like, yeah. But is Coleman Domingo, he dresses incredibly.
I don't know who this is.
Like my
We're Googling.
number one.
Yannick,
red
would you put a
carpet,
photo of Coleman Domingo?
Can I get a Coleman Domingo up here, please?
Yeah.
Thank you, Yannick.
Every
She called
single
on my man
award
until I
show
Domingo.
that he showed up to recently has been amazing.
There's also like, I feel like sort of the opposite side, but very similar thing is that like, I feel like all the male actors want to be like classically masculine.
Oh, holy shit. He kills it. What the fuck?
Oh, hell yeah.
He's got swag and he knows he's killing it, which is
Yeah.
great. Do you think part of that is also on the male actors for not necessarily feeling comfortable or wanting to go outside of a certain comfort zone or take a risk?
I don't know because I am like ignorant about how that process actually works at that level. I don't know like how much input they have or like, yeah, I don't know how much dialogue they have with their stylist about that.
Do you ever or have you ever been reached out to either for styling or for help sourcing? Because again, I feel like your collection of things is one, very eclectic, but two, very impressive. I mean, there's a flight suit sitting over there, which I love.
The alien flight suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 1970s Soviet flight suit. I'm just gonna like nerd about it really quick.
No, please.
It's a pressure suit, so basically it has like corsetry all over it because when you fly at a high elevation, that lacing will like lace up tight and like prevent you from passing out. Basically. Oh yeah, Michael's grabbing
It helps with the G-forces.
Yeah, and
It's
it has like pneumatic tubes that go up and down it.
The back, I think, is crazier.
This shit is so heavy. I'm almost falling over.
I'll hold it. Don't worry.
I've done a little bit of styling. That's actually something that I would like to do a lot more of. But no, I haven't like sourced clothing for anyone.
I just got a really strong whiff of paint coming off of this.
Oh, yeah. Where did you
It smells
find
fine.
this?
So I saw it originally. I saw one at Stella Dallas, that store I mentioned before, and it was really expensive. So I didn't buy it then, and then I just set up an eBay alert and waited for one to pop up.
I was gonna say, I feel like
How much was it?
It's like $100.
our friend Julian
Damn.
was looking for one, I believe,
That sounds like
for a while. But I mean, it's really cool. And again, like
I'm gonna wear it to the Dune premiere
yes.
because it
Still
looks like a
suit.
still suit. Yeah.
Could you piss in it? Would it recycle your piss? Have
It
you
has
tried?
a fly that button that zips down that you could just
This is crazy.
Yeah.
It's really like I look at this and I do not expect this to be like real. Like it looks like.
Well, a
Oh, it
lot of
looks like a
sci-fi
designers
prop.
have been, inspired by this. Like there's helmet collections that were inspired by these. And obviously like it's very H.R. Geiger.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like Alien. What's the, so wait, what happens with these like tubes?
So these strips of fabric, like they cinch in, like they get pulled tight, and the tubes help regulate like the pressure within the suit. So
That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen the photos of the fighter pilots like undergoing forces and their faces just sort of being stripped from the bone. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
Somewhat delusionally, I think I could last maybe 3 or 4 seconds. Like I wouldn't pass out immediately. You know what I mean?
are you one of those people, like they say, you know, whatever, 75% of men think that they could land a plane in an emergency?
Oh no, that plane is cartwheeling and I'm getting ejected by that thing. I'm seeing the curvature of the earth as I get kicked out of the plane before I smash in. Like one of my favorite hypotheticals to ask, especially around a group of men, is if you wake up in a plane, you have 1 week to assume the controls. Once you do, you are in full control of the plane. There's no communications. All you have to do is walk away. The plane can get totaled, but all you have to do is walk away safely. Do you think you could land it? And every time I ask this in a group of like 3 or more men, it's a huge debate because one of them is like, "You're a fucking idiot." The other two are like, "What are you talking about?"
This
Like,
debate is still going on in a group of friends after like months.
Well, without air traffic control, like communication, no, I don't think. But I actually do think I could potentially land a plane with someone in my ear, like how it actually is in real life. Yeah.
Yeah. So the other stipulation I say is you have the instruction manual, but nobody to explain it to you.
There's
And you
no
have a
way I
week.
could.
Does,
yeah,
the,
no
instruction,
way,
does the
yeah.
instruction manual on a plane tell you how to fly? Or does it just tell you like,
I think it tells you what everything does.
okay.
Yeah.
A week is a long time.
See, he's one of the guys.
So you think you could
I'm
do
not,
it?
no. I'm not saying,
See?
I'm not convinced I could do it, but like, I think it's very generous of you to give a week. And like that assumes that I in any way would be able to focus for that long.
Real quick, I have to do 2 things. First, if you'd like to join the Pair of Kings Discord, we usually ask our guest for a keyword or phrase every episode that they should message us on Instagram. Message Pair of Kings Pod on Instagram if you'd like to join. So yes, we ask our guests, Charlie, would you give us a keyword or phrase that they should message us if they'd like to join the Pair of Kings Discord?
Wig.
Easy.
Flu.
Secondly, is if you'd like another additional episode every week, you can find us on herohero.com/POK. For $4 a month, you get an additional episode, early access, 2 episodes, and a lot more. Go show support. We would really appreciate it. It helps us keep the soundboard lights on, as it were. And thank you.
If we get 100 subscribers on Hero Hero, Saul will get the...
So yeah, 100, I'm getting the certified lover boy haircut done by a professional.
Oh, wow.
200, we're doing a Charged Lemonade podcast. And then 300, Michael will do the certified lover boy haircut while on a Charged Lemonade.
Wow, I really want the Charged Lemonade podcast to happen.
Oh, we need 200 subscribers.
Originally, it was going to be a Rhino male enhancement pill podcast, but then I found out those could kill me. So
Oh, no.
yeah, no, again, I talked on this about this on the last podcast.
There was a whole segment.
I did a lot of research on PubMed about 48-hour priapism. So it's bad.
Yeah, that seems dangerous.
Yep.
Well, yeah. You should subscribe so the Charged Lemonade podcast can happen. That would be amazing.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I need to be gnashing my teeth together while we podcast.
I'm so caffeine sensitive that one, that will be like potentially a very bad podcast, and also 2, I will not sleep that night. Even if we do it early in the morning, I'm not
No,
sleeping.
you'll
You're one
crash
of those
hard.
people who.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, so when you were a barista, like, did you just not?
This is a
drink?
new thing. This is a
okay.
like I used to be like 3 coffees throughout the day kind of person, and then I think like because I'm old. In my late 20s, I started to like not be. I think partly it's like a medication I'm on, but I just like started to be able to not.
Right.
I can't even drink a full pour over anymore.
I
Or
think
I'll be
I
like-
might be actually developing so I've always been mildly allergic to alcohol, like, you know, typical, I get Asian flush and I'm allergic to barley, which means I can't have like whiskey, shochu, things like that.
Is shochu barley?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes it's like sweet potato.
Okay,
or-
yeah.
But I think I might just be fully becoming allergic to all alcohol now.
Do you get itchy with all alcohol?
I get hives and I will get really, really sick. Like, so
Damn.
yeah, I think it might be over for me.
And your partying career was just getting started.
Oh
There's
yeah,
other
I mean you
things
can
that you
tell
can
by the
take to
puzzle
party.
on our table. I've been partying hard.
I really want to do Great American Challenge with like the fashion friend group.
What's Great American
You
Challenge?
divide up into teams of 4, and it's the first team to. You can play with a 24 rack, but a 36 rack of beer between the 4 of you. Usually 2 blunts or an equivalent amount of marijuana. Well, no, you don't have to participate in any of the.
All right, well, I get Jake John Howard on my team.
You could do heavy drinking. Then you also do 1 large cheese or pepperoni pizza, depending on the preference of the group, and then a 500-piece puzzle. And first group to finish all of them.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm on team puzzle. You guys can handle literally
Yeah,
all
I'll do
of
the puzzle
rest of
part
that.
and the pizza.
So the problem with that is everybody's like, yeah, I'll be on the puzzle team. And then you get one person that's just like out of their mind. Well, everybody else is
kind of
like,
a lot too for a short amount of time.
Yeah. You need to do division of labor. Also, puzzle goes pretty quickly between 4 people, immensely slowly between 4 drunk high pizza people.
Yeah.
Drunk high pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll dump the strategy to you two. The best strategy is you start by doing the outer rim of the puzzle, and then you leave 2 people doing the puzzle while drinking beers. Those need to be the beer people. The other 2 people take on the weed, and while that sets in, they will eat the pizza. And then once that finishes, hopefully you're about halfway to 2/3 of the way through the beer. Puzzle's looking okay, and then you get everybody on the puzzle, and you just are like, guys, we're not going to get mad at each other about this. We're going to do a puzzle. And the puzzle, like, this is a tough puzzle. Genuinely. But the puzzle, you go and get like easy 500, cereal boxes or ice cream flavor, like.
So you've done this before?
Once.
And did you win?
Second place.
What team were you on?
How many teams were there?
What?
There were 4 teams.
Oh, 4.
What was your class?
Oh, of guy?
Yeah.
I can't eat pizza because I'm allergic to gluten and dairy, but I guess I could take a lactate.
You also can't drink beer.
Well, you can get like gluten-free beer, or you can do hard seltzers, like you don't have to exclude anybody. So yeah, I was pretty intoxicated. I didn't want to smoke. So I drank and then did the puzzle. I'm really good at puzzles.
I'm nice with puzzles.
Yeah, me too.
Oh.
Are we forming a super
we're
team
forming
here?
a team right now.
Now we need Jake John Howard.
We just need Jake John Howard to
and Cam.
Oh, and Cam. Cam would be like the beer tank.
The very first time I met you, it was with Cam.
Oh yeah.
The very first time I met you, you were sprinting down the street in Kiss heels, and I was very impressed.
When was this?
It was when Tyga was visiting from California, and we were trying to go to the ramen place on St. Mark's.
And it was
It was super full, of course, so we had to go to the now closed Dallas Barbecue. That was in the East Village, and it's horrible. Worst food I ever had.
The Henny Wap.
I'm sorry.
It's called. Yeah, they have a drink called the Wap. I don't remember what
Wet
it stands. Yeah, it stands for something.
Prosecco. I don't know. Yeah.
And it's like some sort of like horrible sugary tropical drink made with Hennessy and then with like a beer upside down in it.
So
I did not have one.
The other hill that I'll die on is that there's no good barbecue in New York City.
Oh no, like coming from Texas, I 100% agree with you. But it's like mostly because of
Red Hook.
Well, that's the one thing I've heard is like hometown. I've heard in Industry City is good.
Okay.
There is good barbecue here.
It's a space thing. Like you can't have a pit here. Like
I feel like you don't necessarily. I mean, some of the best barbecue I've had has been along I-95 in like Georgia, and you pull up and it's a dude outside of a gas station like smoking shit out of an oil drum, and you're just like, okay,
smoking that
I think
shit out of an oil
because of fire
drum.
code. Like I literally think you can't do that in New York. Yeah.
I think Mighty Quinn's for a chain is surprisingly good.
There's
it's fine. The problem that I've had with Mighty Quinn's is I go and the food doesn't come out hot.
I feel like it's just like there's a really similar chain in Texas called Rudy's, but it's a third of the price. So Mighty Quinn's is a little bit expensive to me.
Yeah. Wigs are so itchy.
You don't have a wig cap on though.
It was itchy initially, and then I kind of forgot that I had it on.
That's why like you see people going like this.
Yeah.
Is because they're like itching their wig, but they don't want to like mess up the
That's
placement.
what I'm currently trying to do.
So I again, when I shaved my head, I either wanted a fuck ass bob or like the Lucius Malfoy, halfway down my back, really fine silver hair. I would have been insufferable. Like hair flipping. Yeah. Even worse. I'm bad now. I could get even worse.
Yeah, my new wig is did you guys see Poor Things?
No, but I want to.
It's like Emma Stone's hair in that. It's like super long black
horse girl hair.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you have like thigh high riding boots?
No, but actually the fashion in Poor Things, great fashion movie. Yeah.
It looks it, yeah. Different. They're the like East and West Coast interpretations of horse girl, I think, are very different though.
Oh.
And Midwest maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Which one is, because I'm from Colorado, so the horse girls actually
Do you
had
consider
horses.
Colorado the Midwest?
No, but culturally I think it is more similar than like West Coast.
Yeah.
Like I hate the term like Rocky Mountains or like just West for Colorado.
You hate the term Rocky Mountains?
Fuck the Rocky Mountains.
No, like that as like the mountain range, but like as that region.
Oh.
Because I don't know, I just feel like Colorado is not like, it's not the same as like the other states around it, really. It's like more similar to like Nebraska and like that area.
Is Nebraska Midwest?
I don't know. Nebraska's not Rocky Mountains, so.
Our listeners from Nebraska are
I'm so sorry, Nebraska.
Mad. No, so what are the East and West and Midwest designations of horse girl? So when I think of horse girl, I think of either thigh high or like quite high leather boots.
You think of equestrian girls. You think of like
like you're thinking of rich,
like
girls,
rich, like.
So that's what I think
dressage horse type.
Where
girls.
I'm from, I think of like girls who literally were on a farm.
Yeah. A West Coast horse girl is like in Wranglers and like a plaid button up and has hair down to her ass and is like a farm girl.
So
still rich, but it's like a weirder,
I'd
like
say
it's farm rich.
The Northeast is the same thing. They're just wearing really tight pants and also like the worst fitting button down you've ever seen. Or I'm sorry, polo that's way too tight in the weirdest places. And then they also have really long hair, but it's like in like a bun or something. Maybe it is more dressage. Maybe that's, the Northeast.
It's like fancier. I feel like East Coast horse girls are like are a more like.
You got soft hands horse girls?
Yeah, you got soft hands horse girls.
Did you guys know any horse girls intimately?
Intimately?
Like, not like you were like
personally?
Yeah.
Biblically?
Yeah, not biblically.
Yes, because I went to a high school in like what is a developed farm town. Like my house was dirt roads. My house was a mile away from like dirt lots when I moved into it.
I grew up on a farm also, and like we literally had a milkman, which people think is funny, that delivered milk in glass bottles.
I had a milkman in England.
I had a milkman in Westchester, New York.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's crazy.
We had a metal box outside of Yeah.
I never had that in America.
We had that until I was like 16, and then they're like, "We're stopping this," and I was like, "Oh well, okay."
Okay. Yeah. I knew. I feel like I knew a lot of like there was a lot of horse girls in my welding class.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
What were they like welding armor for their horses?
Yo.
No, my welding class was with like an agricultural focus.
Oh.
So like we welded like a lot of like gates and stuff for like horse pens.
The semester that I got sent home because of COVID, I was building for my metal shop class a full suit of armor.
Wow.
And I couldn't go in and get it out of the building because they turned off access. And then after that, they essentially just shut down that area of the school for a year. And so there was a half finished suit of armor. I had done the helmet and then I was doing the chest plate. And there's a half finished suit of armor in there. And I could see it in the window as I walked by because it was just in one of the classrooms. And then one of the days it was gone. Somebody has my like half finished suit of armor.
Were you like forging it?
No, so I was cutting it, and then obviously you can't forge it, but I was
So itchy.
I had finished the helmet, and then I forget what it's called, but the like cape off the helmet that covers your neck, I was making that out of chains and then cut pieces.
Wow. So we can all weld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still got soft. I got soft hands though, unfortunately. You got real soft hands. You're wearing chrome hearts.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, actually, a welder in chrome hearts would be crazy.
Yeah. Wait, you have like a chainmail thing as well?
Yeah, it's not like as real chainmail as yours. It's made by Rachel Comey.
Who's Rachel Comey?
She's like a New York women's wear designer.
Oh,
yeah.
interesting. It's like is it light?
Yeah.
Oh.
I really want just the headpiece with the. I don't know exactly what all the designations of chainmail are, but I want the headpiece with the face cut out and then it goes down here. So it's like a skirt for your neck.
I would like more.
It's so I was a kid and I really wanted chainmail and it's so expensive. But I could convince my mother to buy me the rings because they're like way less expensive. So I just had to like sit and make.
I couldn't believe that you made it. Like when I was a kid, I did not have the like focus to make something as intricate as chainmail.
I don't have the focus now, but I did then.
Well, I feel like that'd be like crocheting at this point. You know, you like throw
I
on a
also
TV
didn't
show.
crochet.
But you make stuff.
Yeah. You make a lot of. I mean,
Yeah, you make way more than I ever
what do
have.
you mean you don't have the? We're sitting like there's a cardboard Birkin behind me. What the fuck do you mean?
That's really.
I love the
funny.
cardboard
I
Birkin.
want to take it like to the Hermes store and like just walk around with it.
Ask them to legit check it.
Yeah, you could like check it or like authenticate it or something. Like, hi, I bought this off the secondary market. I'm really hoping it's real. Like, would you just do me a favor?
I would love like like the Birkins that are just like printed on paper bags, like just like the really, really blatantly fake ones I think are hilarious. Like blatant fakes I love.
My mom's go-to gift for 4 or 5 years that she'd give to like her friends, not repeatedly, but once. She found these bags when she was on a work trip in China that were canvas totes that were built pretty well and then just had Birkins printed on them.
Yes, that's amazing.
And so the first round she got were Birkins, and then she went back 2 years later and they'd switched away to like the LV Keepall. But I vaguely remember some of them had the LV Keepall like cut off because it was too long for the tote. It was amazing. And so she'd give those out as gifts and women were like, where the fuck do you buy these? Like, I want, because it's hysterical.
It's such a good idea.
And my mom, she'd just go with an empty suitcase, come back with 40 of these $10 fake Birkin totes, and they were well made, genuinely.
40 totes she's bringing back?
Yeah, because those, I mean, that was like her bread and butter. If you can find a crowd pleasing, you can give it to anybody, it's funny, they use it, gift that's like distinctly yours for $10, I think you get as many of those as you can.
I can't think of 40 people I give birthday gifts to. Maybe I would if I had a bunch of fake Birkins.
Well, this was also like people she worked with or like employees or things like that.
Cool.
Yeah. My mom rocks. I talk about it all the time. My mom's so cool. My mom is cooler than me to the point where she does things. I'm like, Mom, you're being whack. And then 2 years later, I'm like, fuck, she was so cool for that. And I was the naysayer. It's terrible.
Mom, you smoke too tough.
They're going to kill you, Mom.
They're going to kill you, Mom.
My dad did give me like an old shirt that he is like not going to wear anymore because he's, you know, in his 70s. And it's just like it's like the Balenciaga type button down silk shirt that has a big anime character on it.
What anime?
No, it's like not like, I don't think it's
just
a
like a
real,
random one?
yeah.
Oh.
But it's from the 90s. And he's like, I'm not going to wear this anymore. Do you want it?
That's crazy.
I love like, oh, fuck, my parents were cool moments where it's like, holy shit, you guys rocked. Like, you guys aren't just accountants or teachers. You guys are fucking sick.
My dad always tells me about how he used to wear like big ass flared pants and heels. And I'm like, I mean, me too, but like, damn.
Yeah, it is a bit of a shame. Like, my dad used to dress really well and then just wore the rattiest fucking t-shirts, and not in a cool way. And like,
We'll be different, right?
that being said, the coolest things I stole from my dad were the Grateful Dead Lithuanian basketball team shirts.
yeah, that
He had
was
like
nice.
original ones, and I was like, yeah, no, those are mine now. And then he also had an original Yale Bomber varsity jacket from like the 60s. I don't know how he ended up with that, but that's mine now.
How do your parents dress?
No, my mom dressed. I mean, my mom works at a school, and so she dresses like. Also, she listens to this podcast. Love you, Mom. She dresses like nice and like professional. I just got her not just, but like a couple years ago, I got her a Rick leather
really?
jacket.
That's cute.
It's like a beige motorcycle jacket.
Didn't you just get your parents Ride the Lightning shirts as well?
Oh, so yeah, my dad, I got my dad the like last concert we went to see before I moved to New York was Metallica. So I got us matching Ride the Lightning shirts. And then my mom likes that idea so much that she got us matching Fleetwood Mac shirts because that was the last concert we went to see.
That's really
I think you should get your mom a shirt, like a tour shirt from a rapper that she doesn't know.
Get her one of those like iced out. There's
just
flames
like
in the
free
background.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tight.
Drip too hard, some Lil Baby.
Yes. I'm gonna get my mom a Dracula flow.
A plum cake.
Which line?
Just the whatever shirt that looks like a mixtape.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys remember Vetements did the Zodiac raincoats on the back? It says like Pisces and it gives a short explanation. I want that, but with all of the Dracula flow lyrics from all three down the back. I think that'd be hysterical.
Hell yeah.
Is there anything that you're after at the moment? Anything that, if you could snap your fingers and it would appear, even if, regardless of how rare it is, you wish you could have?
Oh man. I feel like I have like so many white whales that I've just been, because like I buy everything secondhand, it's like a little bit harder. Like I have to wait a really long time for some things to show up. Yep. And especially like in like at a price I can afford. I really want Rick Cantilever heels.
Oh.
But
I'll keep an eye out.
Yannick, put those up. Thank you, Yannick.
The like the
I like the boot
ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean the like shorter heels are nice too. Finding shoes in general is hard because I have pretty big feet. Like they don't really tell you when you have kids, your feet flatten out a full size usually. And usually it only happens once. Yeah, permanently.
Not once per kid though.
But it happened to me once per kid. So I went up 2 full sizes.
What's your shoe size?
Now I'm like a women's 9.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I'm thinking you find like a women's 11. You're like, time to have twins.
Yep.
We can make this work.
It's a tragedy though. I had to get rid of all my shoes.
Oh.
That's the first thing that comes to mind. I don't know. Do you guys have like things that you've been looking for like a really long time?
Oh yeah. It's all Rick though. Oh, and one Balenciaga coat that I'm never gonna get. But,
what's the coat?
Maxi coat. It's the biggest one they've made. Basically, it's like just a fridge.
Okay.
And it touches the ground and it just turns you into a big rectangle.
Right.
I want a suit from that same collection because they were some refrigerator suits. You're asking the guy who's like, I want the suit from that collection.
The maxi coats have been in like 3 or 4 collections.
Oh, there was one collection. There were just big ass fridge suits.
Oh yeah.
Like get them, boss. Like, I got them for you, boss. Yeah. There's that. I would love a Balenciaga 7-layer. That'd be great.
Wouldn't we all?
There is Michael's gonna slap me. There's a certain leather jacket from a band I really like that they made 3 of. I really want that. It's a Daft Punk jacket.
Once per podcast, he brings this bullshit up.
I haven't brought it up.
The ERD Daft Punk jacket. There's a guy with one on Grailed, but he wants $5,000 for it, and I'm not going to pay that much. I'm waiting for him to go lower.
Oh, actually, yeah. There's who was it? Supreme? Yeah, did a Toshio Saeki collab. He's like a Japanese artist who passed away recently, who I really like. He does like very weird woodcuts, and they did like really cool jackets and pants that have his art on patches all over it. They're not even that expensive, but I want those, and I want Trippin boots. Do you guys know those?
Yeah.
Oh, Trippin.
So it's like a German brand, I think, that they make shoes that have the heels on them are like 2 long blocks, like Japanese sandals, but they're like really tall. So I'm trying to like explain. I don't know how to explain it really.
But, I mean, it's that. It's like a 2 T's next to each other, and you're just walking on the like.
So instead of just a heel in the back, there's like one like where the balls of your feet are.
I don't know why I'm having such trouble picturing this.
I'll show you. Yannick, could we get a Trippin up here?
Yannick,
actually, one of the characters in Dune, Rebecca, or Jessica, I don't know her voice for Rebecca. Her actor's name is Rebecca. Yeah, Lady Jessica wears them in the new Dune.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
There was a while where every now and then, like it happened like 2 or 3 times, they commented on my TikToks.
Oh, really?
Trippin, and we're like, you look like you could use some Trippin shoes. And I was like, come give me a pair and I will wear them, but stop trying to get me to buy them. If you're going to comment on my...
they were not offering.
No, I'm pretty sure they were just like, oh, you should look at Trippin' Shoes. And I was like, get in my DMs, send me a pair and we'll talk. But they didn't, so...
Once brands start sending Michael stuff, he's gonna be insufferable.
Wait, that hasn't happened already? I feel
I'm
like you
gonna
already
be insufferable?
No, I mean you're already
Do you
already
not
bad.
like just get like a ton of free stuff? I'm surprised. You seem like the perfect candidate. Like if I
Do I?
Yeah.
Tell that to the brands. No,
Send this guy free stuff.
I get reached out to by like horrible looking brands with often enough that I like ignore most of it. I got reached out to get sent hair care products.
Well, that's what this brand they asked me if they could feature one of my photos on their Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
And their stylist would explain how to recreate my look.
Oh.
I was wearing the wig that you're wearing. So I just said, sure. And they sent me a box of free hair care.
You didn't tell them it was a wig?
No.
So funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think a funny bit would be like, yeah, I got all this free hair care stuff, and then taking off your wig and you're just stark bald,
And like
razor
slathering your bald head in like various curl creams and being
bald. Or
like,
even funnier, just being like, and look, it worked, and then you're wearing a wig again.
Yeah. Hair grows so fast. Yeah.
I should be like a men's hairline regrowth guy. Just be like, I had to shave it all off, and like I used X oil from X company, and like now look.
I think we should lie to people.
Oh yeah, a little bit of lying. Like
We love lying.
Do you guys ever think about like if you start balding, like will you hang up?
Yeah, it's
is
gone.
it over for me?
Yeah, like will you just like shave it off immediately?
Probably.
I think I'll live in denial for a little bit and then I will just rip that shit.
I
It's gone.
actually have alopecia. I have like a form of alopecia where I get like quarter sized bald spots when I get really stressed out.
Oh,
And one time,
exclusively
Right
on your
before-
head?
yeah,
Oh,
right before COVID, I got one right in like the center of my forehead, like right above, like, so there was a little bit of hair there. And then like just right in the middle of my head, I had like a huge quarter sized bald spot. It was horrible.
And that takes so long to grow back that one segment.
I got steroid injections to like help the hair grow back, but it was awful.
that's Jesus.
And then the wig started.
Yep. Well, actually I'd been wearing wigs before, but yeah.
Yeah, I've been bald before for several years and I like how I look. Well, not bald, but like buzzed to like a 0 and I like it. So if it gets to a certain point, I think I'm just...
So you mentioned earlier, I don't know why I'm thinking about this so hard at the moment, but you mentioned earlier that you're leaning more towards masculine coded fashion. Are there mask coated wigs that are as easy or as high quality as the feminine coded wigs? Because I feel like in my brain, it would be you've got a much wider audience for high quality feminine wigs, but not really any for masculine coded wigs. Do you have to cut wigs down and style them?
I've done that before. I
Okay.
have some in there. But like that's part of the reason I have short hair now is because then I don't have to wear a wig for that. Like,
Yeah.
Also because sometimes, I mean, it is just like obvious to some people that you're wearing a wig, and like that is like, yeah, it takes away from like the mask look, I think is not that like, I'm not saying that, but I think for a lot of people, it's like you're in costume, not that you're actually,
I feel like I'm so... I don't know quite how to describe it. It never really crosses my mind that somebody is wearing a wig unless they're doing like a full cosplay. And I'm like, okay, that's probably a wig. But other than that, I don't think it's ever crossed my mind. Somebody like walking past somebody in the street, it's like, oh, they're wearing a wig.
Yeah, I never think about it. Unless it's like pink plastic hair. Or looks
Right.
clearly.
I mean, if I showed up in the blonde wig, you would probably.
I would know. I would. Yeah, but like when it like matches your normal hair color, it doesn't register to me that like, I'm like, oh, Charlie's hair is different. It doesn't register to me that you like, it's not your hair.
Well, that's like when I invited you guys over to tell you I was pregnant again.
And you just,
and everyone was so in denial about like they don't want to offend me by assuming that I'm pregnant, even though I was very visibly pregnant. I was wearing a crop top. That our friend was like, oh, big lunch.
You're kidding.
That sounds
That's
so
kind
much
of funny.
worse.
I'm not going to lie. That's a little bit funny. Did they say it to be funny?
No.
Oh, that's okay. That's a little...
It was, yeah.
I knew immediately for the record. I was like, oh, pregnant.
Yeah. I thought we were at the point, because I think I was like 6 months pregnant, where it was very obvious that it wasn't just a big lunch.
Oh, big lunch.
It's a great way to get slapped Like, yeah.
Yeah, never assume.
I've been racking my brain since we talked about it. I cannot tell you the last time I saw a pregnant person. I'm like, this is freaking me out.
Doing like the mentat thing to remember the last time I saw a pregnant person.
If I stick my hand in the pain box, it's just me getting forced to interact with MFA guys. Navy suits
like,
of the mind killer.
They're really sweet. It's just like sometimes they're like, well, like your collar gap is a little bit too big. And I'm like, I have a 12-inch neck. It's so hard to find a shirt that fits.
I hate how much I've started thinking about collar gap ever since.
I saw you talking about Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Where were you talking about Oppenheimer?
Probably on Twitter. Suit guy has ruined me because I was watching Oppenheimer and like Robert Downey Jr.'s suit gives him like horrible collar gap a lot in that movie. And I was like,
can I ask a really dumb question?
Yeah.
What's collar gap?
When your suit lapel like lifts off of your.
Okay. Yannick, throw up a picture of suit gap for the people like
Yannick,
me.
Can we get some suit gap? Some collar gap?
Some collar gap.
Yeah, like you're not that like, you know, if you like lift your arms or do a lot of weird shit, but like the lapel of your coat should not naturally be lifting off your collar.
Okay. That's what it's like. Yeah, like little things like that I never knew about with men's fashion. That's just like some people. Yeah, that is a make or break.
I gotta get you like a general use soy jack to just like that's all you have to throw. Seriously, you win arguments by just having that photo ready.
Actually, I've made this image. It's interesting, like. When you're already breaking so many of the rules that people still try and enforce, like if you're there in like a really weird, like oversized, exaggerated suit or like some strange combination and they're like, oh, you have collar gap. It's like, there's a much, like we got to start much bigger if we're critiquing this from like regular menswear standards.
Is it like the horseshoe where like you go too far around it, like you're breaking the barriers and suddenly you're right back to like, you know what I mean? Like baby's first suit.
Kind of. I mean, sometimes I feel like, you know, when you're a kid and you're trying on your dad's suit.
I still feel like that. I'm 6'2". Like I go to stores and I say, I don't want to wear my dad's clothes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, especially because like a lot of the style that I try to do is like Ivy style. And then there's a lot of like rules with that. But like Ivy is kind of inherently about like breaking the rules of trad. And, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of like gray area.
There's a weird cliche that, like you said, breaking the rules of trad was Ivy style, but then there's now like a cult that's like defining what it is to have Ivy style. And again, if they came to Yale, they'd be fucking sick seeing what people are wearing nowadays. Like the only suits that you'll see are on the young Republicans and they all have collar gap.
That's what it's like. Yeah. Like the easiest way for me to describe like the differences between like trad, Ivy, and prep to people who are normal and like don't think about that is like trad is like, old man Republican. Ivy is like Democratic Socialist type, and like prep is young Republican.
The spectrum. Got it.
Which way, Western man?
Yeah.
So before we take you out, it makes it sound like we're gonna kill you.
God.
Before we finish the podcast, we have a ongoing playlist called Pair of Tens. Or
Pair of Kens.
Kens, my bad. Whoops.
Unfortunately.
I'm getting used to it. Called Pair of Tens, where we keep all songs that we've recommended. I'm really off my game. We do a thing called Song of the Week, where every week we ask either me, Michael, and our guest for song recommendations. They end up on a playlist called Pair of Kens. I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm really off my game today. Regardless, do you have a song that you've been listening to recently that you've been enjoying that you'd like to add to the playlist?
Can you guys go first? I have to think about it.
Okay. Sure. I'm doing Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Wiser.
Tight.
It's a good song. I also did not know that they were like a Christian rock band.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Right? It's like a Jesus band.
Nothing about that song in particular is very Jesus-y, right?
I mean, did you hear about Jesus and the bearded barley?
What?
That's the first lyric of the song. Kiss me among the bearded barley.
Oh,
kiss me.
Oh, they want
the green
Jesus to kiss them.
Oh, they're getting freaky with
It's
Jesus.
like a Sufjan Stevens kind of like, yeah, okay.
I'm gonna go with "We'd Kill Each Other" by I think it's like the living arrangement or something. Living arrangements.
You're recommending. You're like, I don't know.
I can't. I would need to check I'll confirm this later, but it's called We'd Kill Each Other. It's the guy who made Glassjaw and Head Automatica.
Oh, okay.
Also has a band where he pretends to be British.
I went to karaoke last night with my friend who sings incredibly and my friend who is on Broadway.
I hate doing karaoke with people like that.
No, so I love doing it, but then they're like, you should sing. And I'm like, I'd rather die. I can't follow the dude on Broadway doing Reptilia with my rendition of like Stay by Rihanna. Like, I'm sorry. That's Pee-wee football going against like Tom Brady.
I think karaoke is so much more fun when you're bad at it though.
But then
when everyone's bad at it.
Yeah, but you're in the room with people you don't know. This is just like big open room.
Oh, okay.
We didn't want a private room. You know, I have no problem being dog shit in front of my friends, but my two friends go before me. Everybody like kind of stops what they're doing, listens to one of my friends. Then they're like, oh shit, let's really lock in. Then I get up and they like, I had to watch their like looks of like, is this going to continue? Is this kid going to continue killing it? Melt to like, oh fuck, it's one of these. And like, I don't feel shame that bad. I just am like, I'm sorry to have let all of you down. I'm so sorry. Anyway, song of the week.
I'll do Gorilla by Little Sims.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice. You have anything to say before we head out? The floor is yours.
Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Yeah. Why are you doing this?
Yeah. I don't know. Follow me on Instagram, Divine E Providence. I just started a fashion blog, so I've been writing a little bit more about fashion on there if you're interested. And I think that's
what's it called?
It's called Backseat Driver because I'm completely unqualified to give any advice about fashion. I don't have any fashion experience really.
Nice.
Can you Photoshop yourself next to Ryan Gosling in Drive wearing the Drive jacket?
Backseat Driver.
Yeah, you guys should try on the Drive jacket before you leave.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's backseatdriver.blog.
Yeah,
Cool.
.blog.
Nice.
But I think that's all I have.
Cool. Charlie.
Thank you so much to everybody for listening to the Pair of Kings podcast. If you'd like more of the Pair of Kings podcast, head over to herohero.com/POK. For $4 a month, you get an additional episode, early access, 2 episodes, and a little bit more. Thank you so much to Charlie for joining us. I'm your host, Saul Thompson. You can find me on Instagram at Saul Thompson. I'm joined this week not only by my co-host.
I'm Michael Smith. You can find me on Instagram at _Smithstagram.
And Charlie, one more time, where can the people find you?
On Instagram at Divine E Providence.
And this has been the Pair of Kings podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube at Pair of Kings Pod. Join the Discord, interact with us. Really, it makes my day. Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, everybody. This has been the Pair of Kings podcast, where once a week, every week for the foreseeable future, we are bringing you business as usual, tomfoolery as planned. All the best. Yeah, bye everyone.
Bye.